Hello friends, I welcome all of you. In this video, I will discuss about network switch. What is a switch? It is basically a multi-port device which is used for connecting many network devices. Now, what kind of devices can be connected to a switch? You can connect any type of device which supports IP. Like workstation can be connected, scanner can be connected, printer can be connected, layer 3 switch, layer 2 switch, router, server, IDS, IPS, load balancer, firewall, any type of device. In most of the cases, you will see 24 port switches, 48 ports, or 48 plus 4 ports, that is 52 ports. Means 4 will be high bandwidth ports. Now the question is, why can't we use router for connecting these workstation directly? The answer is that yes, you can use a workstation to connect directly into a router, but understand that the main functionality of a router is to do routing. That is to receive packets from the device which is connected and then to check the routing table and to forward the packet to the appropriate next hop. This is the main functionality and it's a very costly device. And moreover, let's say that you want to connect 3 workstations on this router. This is first workstation, this is second, and this is third. So if 3 workstations are connected, that would mean these will be part of 3 different networks. Like first workstation may be part of 10.1.1.0/24, second will be part of 2.0/24, third could be something else. So there would be 3 broadcast domains and 3 collision domains. If the requirement is that there should be common network for all of the devices, then what you will do? It is not possible in router. So you have to use a switch. Like in this case, I have a switch wherein I have connected 5 devices. So by default, all of the ports of a switch will be in VLAN 1. VLAN means virtual LAN. It's a kind of broadcast domain. But switch has a functionality with which we can create logical LANs known as VLANs, virtual LANs. But first thing, just understand by default, every port will be part of VLAN 1. That would mean you can have a common segment for all of these devices. Let's say the segment is 10.1.1.0/24. So you can assign the IP.2 here, .3 here, .4 here, .10 here, .11 here, and you can set up a gateway that is .1. So all of these devices, these 5, these will be able to communicate directly. These do not need to go to this router because these are part of same network. Means if this workstation has to talk to this printer, the traffic will go like this. I mean to say the traffic will not go like this because these are in same segment. Now other thing, how does switch work? Switch understands frames. It uses MAC addresses as the address to identify a device. Like a router uses logical addresses. Router uses logical addresses, that is IP v4 and 6. Switch uses MAC addresses. MAC means media access control, the physical address, the actual identity. So every networking device in the world has a unique 48-bit identification, and this will be unique in the world. So a switch understands only the MAC address. It basically builds a CAM table, content address memory table. It is also known as MAC table. Both are same thing. And this works on layer 2. Means layer 2 switch works on layer 2, but layer 3 switch works on both of the layers, like layer 2 plus layer 3. Layer 3 is just a capability of routing. Means you want to add the routing capability on a switch so that you don't need a router. First, let me tell you how does it build CAM table, and then we'll talk about the multi-layer capability. So initially what happens, let's say that this workstation wants to talk to this printer. This workstation pings the IP of printer from command line. Then what happens? Traffic reaches here. So traffic here is a frame. So what does switch do? Switch notes down the MAC address. MAC address will be 48-bit number, hexadecimal. Let's say the MAC address of this workstation is all A, and it notes down on which port or interface it received it. Let's say port number 1. Now switch doesn't know about the printer. Where is printer connected? What does it do? It actually does flooding. Because it doesn't know about the MAC address of a printer, then it will send the broadcast to every port except from where it has received the request. So on this port, from this machine it had received the request. Let's say on port number 1 it has received it, so it will send out the flood or broadcast to all other ports except port number 1. Then everybody would listen to that broadcast and will respond, because that broadcast will have the destination IP address and this printer will say that's my IP, so it will respond. So switch will come to know that this printer is connected on this port, let's say port number 5, and then switch will note down the MAC address of this printer. Let's say its MAC address is OLD, port number 5. So CAM table is built. So I am giving you high level overview. Don't need to confuse. So switch basically deals with frames and it understands only the MAC addresses, which are the hard coded addresses on the appliances, and these cannot be changed. Switch uses the real identity of a device. So I explained you about the MAC address table, how it is built. Now I'll tell you about multiple VLAN thing. In our particular diagram, this switch is connected on this port, and let's say its segment is 10.1.1.0/24. That would mean all of the devices will be part of this segment. Now the requirement is that I want two networks here. One network for these 3 workstations and one separate network for these 2. Let's say I want to use 10.1.2.0/24 for the scanner and printer. So what I can do is I can create VLANs here. So by default, I told you all ports in VLAN 1. So you can keep these 3, the first 3 workstation in VLAN 1, okay, and you can move these 2 ports in VLAN 2. Just an example. So what will happen with that? The devices of VLAN 1 will not be able to communicate with the devices of VLAN 2 because these are in different segment. Okay, so if you want the communication to happen, you need to have a device which can do routing for you. I mean to say that in this particular scenario, this interface is a single segment. You will not be able to achieve the desired results. So what you can do is you connect to a layer 3 switch, this one. So here you create virtual SVIs, switched virtual interfaces. These are just a method of creating virtual gateways. Like we assigned the IP 10.1.1.1/24 on this interface. It was a gateway. So in this layer 3 switch, what you can do is you can create virtual gateway like interface VLAN 1, and you give the IP 10.1.1.1/24 on this VLAN, okay? And similarly, you create one more VLAN, that is interface VLAN 2. You give the IP 10.1.2.1/24 and enable this interface. No shut. So these 3 workstation, these are part of VLAN 1, these 2 scanner and printers part of VLAN 2. If its IP, the scanner IP is 10.1.2.2, okay, it says 2.3. This one is 10.1.1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. Then this workstation, this one, it will be able to communicate with this particular printer through this L3 switch. This is where the layer 3 switch is really beneficial. Let me show you. So what will happen, this is the device which wants to communicate. Its IP is, and printer's IP is 10.1.2.3, 2 different segments. The traffic will go like this. It will enter here. Switch will do inter VLAN routing. Traffic will revert. It will go to this printer. Here you have to form a trunk to carry multiple VLANs. So it is a topic which you will be learning a little later. I'm just explaining you why this layer 3 switch is very important. So with the help of layer 3 switch, you can achieve the routing by creating virtual gateways known as SVIs. This is layer 3 switch for you. Now I'll do a recap. First thing, it's a multi-port appliance, this switch. Second thing is multiple devices can be connected to the switch. By default, VLAN 1 will be part of this switch, means all of the ports will be part of VLAN 1. We can create multiple VLANs. All type of devices can be connected to a switch. Switch understands frames. Switch deals with MAC addresses, which are the physical addresses, while router deals with logical addresses. To be able to communicate between the VLANs, you need to have a layer 3 switch or a router. A router can also be used to do help in this kind of scenario, means you had two VLANs, VLAN 1 here, 2 here, right? But here we had configured the IP address on this particular interface. But there is a concept named routing on stick. Routing on stick can help you do inter-VLAN routing if there is no layer 3 switch. What you can do is you form a trunk here. You create sub interfaces. On one sub interface, let's say this interface number is 1. You create 1.1 sub interface. You define the IP of this VLAN, which is 10.1.1.1, and on other sub interface 1.2, you define the IP 10.1.2.1. So two gateways are defined. So here routing on stick will be used. You will learn about this concept at little later. So it was just an introduction to you that switch and router, these are two different devices used for different purposes. Router can also be used for connecting multiple devices, but each interface of router represents a segment, a network. But switch would mean a single network. You can create multiple sub-networks with the help of VLANs. Actually, we create VLANs to contain the broadcast, the unnecessary traffic on the network. So we create small VLANs. It is just that you have a big home of 1000 square yard. So if you have a single room, you will have trouble. You create rooms inside that. Those will be represented as a VLAN. Just a method to make you understand. Okay friends, do give me appropriate rating and feedback. I hope it's been informative to you. Thank you so much.